How fast does 10 years go by? I mean, a decade of degeneracy, debauchery, depravity.
Let us begin.
Greetings, my fellow conspirators. It is I, your boy, NPCC. And I cannot believe it. From literally building computers in my mother's basement in 2016 to where I am now, it has officially been 10 years since I've taken up PC building. Where does the time go? Seriously, where does it go? But because of that, and commemorate this, I want to take a look back and talk about things or milestones or important moments of this in my PC building journey that meant a lot to me because I learned a lot, I retained a lot, and, well, a lot of shit went down. I don't even know if I can cover it all if I try to talk about it all, but let me try to get to the most important beats of it. Hell, I find myself liking to document everything, but the reality is, I might be lacking some footage to accompany the stories I tell or things I talk about. But let's see where things go, because I really wanted to commemorate this and talk about it, because it holds so much meaning to me.
NPCC has pretty poor eyesight, so we actually had quite a bit of trouble setting up his first PC together. I actually didn't know he wore glasses, for example, but it was actually pretty hard for him to see the pins in general. I was giving him instructions on Skype, and he was taking pictures to show me what was going on. At the same time, he actually ended up bending a pin, and we had to wait for him to get that CPU repaired. It was kind of a mess, and he got a little frustrated, but he pulled through in the end. Now he's been doing this for 10 years, so that's pretty good.
And to start things off, boy, does this take me back. This old dusty old bitch. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Project Echelon, my first PC build. Important parts of it, it was AMD against the judgment of the PC board. Getting a little ahead of myself here. For my first PC build, I went AMD over Intel when AMD still sucked ass. This is in the middle, we're talking in the middle of the FX category. But it was the early signs of my mentality as a budget builder. Let's see, my first PC, I believe, was a 8320E CPU. And the GPU was the R9 380 Dual X, I believe. I love that thing. That thing ran everything I threw at it. Hell, I bet it could run a lot of what I throw at it today. Well, aside for the mesh shader limit, but I am so sentimental about this baby. It got me through everything. And it always served me well. But there's a story here. I actually don't have it on me anymore. But, before I even talk about not having it anymore, with my first build, there was a bit of an issue. And this will play into later things I want to talk about. With my first build, I had everything set up. I had all the parts gathered. I had my friend, who's a computer builder himself, on Skype, and we was about to live record me and he could talk me through it. I was all ready and had everything on the bed and ready to go. Right in my mom's basement. I was all giddy. But then disaster struck. I play. The worst possible thing happened. The most demoralizing thing possible. I talked about it earlier in, I believe, Project Green Machine. I dropped my AMD Fx 8320E CPU and bent it in multiple places. Oh, I lost my shit over that. I had to go to a repair shop and get the CPU pins bent back. This part where I'd say legally blind, bad vision, if you couldn't tell from the cross-eye, but it went far deeper than that. See, when I started the build, unbeknownst to me, I deal with multiple sclerosis, right? And while I was getting ready to build, leading up to it, my vision was being blurred more than usual. My vision was actually worse than it usually is, to the point where I couldn't tell red from green at a stoplight. So I probably shouldn't have been crossing the street, and thank God I never did. There was one instance where it was so bad. In my room, I thought the light in my old room, I thought the light fixture, I thought the bulb was dimming. So I removed the fluorescent cover to it in some hope of getting things brighter in my room. But it wasn't, the light bulb wasn't the problem. My vision had dimmed that much. And it played a role in me being clumsy and dropping the damn CPU. Only then after I would find out, yeah, I needed to change the treatments for multiple sclerosis. But yeah, that was so demoralizing. And honestly, I'm surprised I didn't give up on the hobby all then and there. I guess mom didn't raise a quitter, so I pressed on. And I even went as far as to ask my brother, a computer builder himself, who actually is the catalyst to getting me into the hobby, but I'll come back to that. I had him come over and he helped me build it. Well, more like, I'd say 95% of it, 90%, 90 to 95% of it was him putting it together, while I just sat back, not wanting to break anything else, because at that point I was traumatized. I dropped the fucking CPU. So, he hurried up, he put it all together pretty smoothly, and hell, at least I got all the parts and none of the parts blew up, because it did turn off, and Project Echelon was a go. Yeah, I was still bummed out from that shit and how it went for my first ever build, but it quickly dissipated because PC Master Race, bitch. I was all in. I was running all the new games like Mass Effect Andromeda at the time. But here's the funny thing. I swear to God, the first game I ever played as a PC gamer, the whole way through, I believe it was Zero Time Dilemma, from the Zero's Escape series. I'd already played 999 and Virtue's Last Reward on the DS, and I was dying to try that one out because I didn't have a 3DS at the time, so I couldn't play the original port of it. So I guess I joined that long line of people who dump all that money into a gaming PC just to end up playing some underpowered game. Ain't that a bitch? So, problems and all, my first build actually ended up being a success, or should I say, quote unquote, a success, because I didn't get to do it myself. I didn't get the joy of it turning on and watching it fire up on my own. That was denied me. And that would lead to my next build,